I step off the plane with my duffel bag hanging heavy on my shoulder and hope beating loud in my chest. I tell myself this is it. I'm home. I scan the crowd, searching for Lena's face. Then I see her. She waves, but she doesn't run. I walk faster. Lena. Ethan. She hugs me, but it's tight and short. Her body feels stiff against mine. I missed you. I whisper. I missed you too. Her voice shakes, but not in the way I remember. I pull back and look at her. You okay? Of course. You just got back. I'm overwhelmed. Overwhelmed good or overwhelmed bad? She forces a smile. Good. Just good. The drive home feels quiet. I try to fill it. Did you keep my old truck running? Yeah. Greg helped with that. I gripped the seatbelt. Greg. He just made sure things didn't fall apart. I nod slowly. That's my job. She looks out the window instead of at me. When we pull into the driveway, the house looks the same from the outside. Inside, it feels different. The air smells like some new candle I don't recognize. Did you repaint? I ask. Just touched up a few walls. I stay at the hallway. Why are the photos moved? Oh, I redecorated. I thought you'd like it. My mug's gone too. It broke. When? A while ago. She answers too fast. I walk into the kitchen. Greg is already there, leaning against the counter like he owns it. Well, look at you, he says. America's finest. Hey, Greg. He steps forward and hugs me hard. Too hard. Proud of you, son. I don't like when he calls me that. Thanks. Mom stands by the stove. Ethan, baby. She hugs me longer than Lena did. I'm home, Mom. I know. Her eyes look tired. We sit for dinner. Greg talks the whole time. I made sure the mortgage stayed ahead, he says. Took some pressure off Lena. I could have handled that, I reply. You were busy overseas. Someone had to step up. I didn't ask you to. Lena cuts in. Can we not argue the first night? I'm not arguing, I say. I'm asking. Greg smiles. You've always been sensitive. I lean forward. What does that mean? It means you take things personally. Because they are personal. Mom whispers, please. I look at her. What? Just eat. I drop it, but my stomach feels tight. Greg turns to Lena. Did you tell him about the new insurance plan? She freezes for a second. Not yet. What insurance plan? I ask. It's nothing, she says quickly. Greg shrugs. Just planning for the future. My future. I ask. Our future, Lena corrects, but she won't look at me. After dinner, I carry my bag upstairs. The bedroom feels strange. The sheets are new. My old lamp is gone. Did you change everything? I ask. I thought a fresh start would be nice. A fresh start from what? From stress. I sit on the bed. You sound scared. I'm not. Then why won't you look at me? She finally does. Her eyes are glossy. You've been gone a long time, Ethan. I know. Things changed. Like what? She opens her mouth, then closes it. Just small things. Small things don't make you shake. She rubs her hands together. Can we just have one calm night? I flew 12 hours for calm. Her phone vibrates on the dresser. She jumps. Who's that? I ask. No one. It didn't sound like no one. She grabs the phone and turns it face down. Lena. It's just spam. At 10 at night. Yes. I stand up slowly. Show me. She backs away. Don't. Why? Because you just got home. That's not an answer. Her voice cracks. Please don't ask me questions tonight. The words hit me hard. Why not tonight? I ask quietly. Because I can't do this right now. Do what? This interrogation. I'm not interrogating you. I'm talking to my wife. She covers her face. I'm tired. From what? From holding everything together. I thought that was my job. You weren't here. That lands deeper than anything else. I didn't choose to leave you. I say. I had orders. I know. Then why does it feel like you're punishing me? I'm not. Then what is this? Silence. Her phone vibrates again. I stay at it. Spam doesn't text twice. She whispers, please. Please what? Just trust me. I do trust you. Then prove it. By ignoring something that's clearly wrong. She sits on the bed, shoulders shaking. You don't understand. Then make me understand. She shakes her head. Not tonight. I walk to the window and stare outside. The neighborhood looks peaceful. I don't feel peaceful. Downstairs, I hear Greg's voice faintly. He's laughing at something on TV. Why does he talk to you like that? I ask. Like what? Like he's in charge. He helped when you couldn't. I could've. But you weren't. I turn around. Are you saying I failed you? No. It sounds like it. She stands up. I survived, Ethan. That's what I did. Survived what? Her eyes fill again. Just stop. Stop what? Digging. The word makes my chest tighten. I just walk back into my own house and nothing feels like mine. I say, not the walls. Not the kitchen. Not even you. That's not fair. What's fair then? She presses her lips together. Her phone lights up again, screen glowing face down. I walk toward it. She steps in front of me. Don't. Why? Because if you look, you won't sleep. The room feels smaller. Is that supposed to comfort me? I ask. She whispers, I'm trying to protect you. From what? She doesn't answer. I feel something shift inside me. A cold space where warmth used to be. I came home to my wife, I say slowly. But it feels like I walked into someone else's life. That's not true. Then tell me the truth. Tears fall down her face. I can't. Can't or won't. She closes her eyes. Both. I step back. Downstairs, Greg laughs again. And in that moment, I understand one thing clearly. I didn't come home to peace. I came home to a secret. I tried to act normal the next morning. I pour coffee. I sit at the table. I ask simple questions. You sleep okay? I ask Lena. Yeah, she says without looking at me. I nod. Me too. That's a lie. I barely closed my eyes. Greg walks in, adjusting his watch. Morning, soldier. Morning. You settling back in? I'm trying. He smirks. Takes time. The world doesn't pause just because you leave it. I stay at him. I know. Lena flinches when he steps behind her to grab a cup. It's small, but I see it. Her shoulders tighten like she's bracing for impact. Relax, Greg says lightly. I'm not a ghost. I'm fine, Lena whispers. Mom walks in, forcing a smile. Ethan, I made your favorite eggs. Thanks, Mom. Greg chuckles. She kept the house running while you were gone. We all did our part. I put my fork down. I never said you didn't. You didn't have to. The air feels thick. Mom avoids my eyes. Later that afternoon, Maya shows up with grocery bags. I thought you two could use some food, she says. You didn't have to, I reply. I wanted to. She hugs Lena first. The hug lasts too long. Then she hugs me. You look different. I am different. She laughs weakly. War will do that. I study her face. Can we talk? Her smile fades. About what? About what happened while I was gone. Nothing happened. That's not what it feels like. She shifts her weight. Ethan, just tell me if I'm crazy. You're not crazy. Then why does everyone act like I am? She glances at Lena, who shakes her head slightly. Maya swallows. Ethan, just focus on healing. The words hit me hard. Healing from what? I ask. From everything you went through. I went through it so I could come home, I say. But home feels off. Maya presses her lips together. Sometimes it takes time. Time for what? For people to adjust. Adjust to what? She doesn't answer. Lena steps in. Ethan, stop interrogating her. I'm not interrogating. I'm asking questions. Not everything needs an answer, Lena says. That's not how I live. Maya grabs her purse. I should go. Why? I ask. Because this isn't my place. Then whose place is it? She looks at Lena again. Talk to your wife. After she leaves, I turn to Lena. What is she so scared of? She's not scared. She looked terrified. You're imagining things. I've spent months reading people's faces to survive, I say quietly. I'm not imagining this. That night, the silence feels louder than gunfire. We lie in bed. Lena's breathing slows. I stay at the ceiling. Her phone rests in her hand. It vibrates once. She doesn't move. I tell myself to ignore it. It vibrates again. I sit up slowly. My heart pounds so hard I can hear it in my ears. I shouldn't, I whisper to myself. But I reach for the phone. My fingers shake as I slide it from her hand. The screen lights up. One message preview shows only a number. No name. I unlock it. The passcode is still my birthday. That hurts more than it should. I open the thread. The last text reads, "You promised you wouldn't tell him. Remember who paid your bills." My vision blares. I scroll up. There are pictures. Her in a dress I've never seen. Her sitting in a car I recognize. Greg's car. There are messages. "I miss you. Don't make this harder." He can't know. My chest feels like it's being crushed from the inside. "No," I whisper. I scroll further. A bank transfer screenshot. Greg's name attached to it. "Thank you. I didn't have a choice," Lena had written. My throat tightens. I feel like my body is shutting down, like it's trying to protect me from what my eyes are seeing. I shake her shoulder. "Lena." She stays. "What?" "Wake up." She opens her eyes and sees the phone in my hand. Her face drains of color. "Ethan, tell me the truth." My voice sounds broken. It doesn't feel like mine. She sits up slowly. "You weren't supposed to see that. That's your defense." Tears fill her eyes instantly. "Was it him?" I ask. She doesn't answer. "Was it Greg?" Her silence is louder than any confession. "Say it," I whisper. She covers her mouth. "Say it." I shout. "Yes," she cries. "Yes." The word slices through me. "How long?" I ask. "It wasn't what you think." "Don't say that." "He helped with the bills." "So you slept with him?" She sobs. "It wasn't like that at first." "At first?" "I was desperate," she says. "You were gone. The mortgage was behind. He offered help." "In exchange for what?" "He said it was just dinner. And then it wasn't." I laugh. "But it sounds wrong. So you kept going." "He said if I stopped, he'd tell you lies. He said he'd ruin everything. So you chose him over me." "I chose survival. With my stepfather." She flinches at the word. "How many times?" I ask. "Ethan, please." "How many?" "More than once." I feel something inside me snap. "And you kept living here," I say, smiling at me on video calls. "I was scared." "Of him?" "Yes." "Or of losing the money?" "That's not fair." "Nothing about this is fair." She reaches for me. "I still love you." "Don't." "I do. Love doesn't look like this." She cries harder. "I hated myself every day. Did you ever think about me?" "Every second." "Then why didn't you tell me?" "Because I knew this would break you." I stare at her. "It did," I say quietly. She whispers, "I never meant to hurt you." "But you did." Silence fills the room. I look down at the phone again. "You promised you wouldn't tell him," I read aloud. She closes her eyes. "And you kept that promise," I say. She nods weakly. I feel my chest ache so bad I think I might collapse. "I went to war," I say. "And the real battle was here." She starts crying again before I finish speaking. And that's when I know it's real. I stand in the kitchen staring at Lena. "You're still not telling me everything," I say. "I told you what happened," she whispers. "No, you told me pieces." She wipes her face. "What else do you want?" "The beginning." She hesitates. "The bills were late. I was scared. Greg offered to help. And you said yes. I didn't know what it would cost." "What did it cost the first time?" "Dinner. And the second?" She looks away. "A favor." I feel my jaw tighten. "Say it." "He kissed me," she says. I pushed him away. "And then?" "He said he could make the mortgage disappear." "And you believed him?" "I was drowning, Ethan." "So you grabbed the nearest hand." "I thought I could control it." "You thought you could control him." She shakes her head. "He controlled everything. The money, the house, the lies." "You're still protecting him," I say. "I'm protecting us." There is no us if you keep hiding. She goes quiet. I grab my keys. I'm going to see him. Don't, she says fast. He'll twist it. I don't care. You should. I leave anyway. I drive straight to Marcus's place. He opens the door and studies my face. You look like you're about to commit a felony, he says. I might. He steps aside. Come in. I pace his living room. It's Greg. What about him? He slept with my wife. Marcus freezes. Your stepdad? Yes. He exhales slowly. You sure? I saw the messages. And what are you planning? I'm going to break his jaw. Marcus grabs my shoulder hard. If you hit him, you'll hand him the win. He deserves worse. Maybe. But prison won't help Lena. I don't care about Lena right now. You will tomorrow. I pull away. He thinks he's untouchable. Then don't prove him right. I can't just sit. Then don't sit. Build something. Build what? A case. I stay at him. You think this is a mission? It is now, he says. You want blood. I get it. But you need proof. I hate that is right. Later that day, Maya comes over. You knew, I say before she sits down. She nods slowly. I saw messages months ago. And you didn't tell me. I was scared. Of me. Of Greg. He threatened you too. He said if I interfered, he'd make sure my job disappeared. And that was enough. He has connections, Ethan. So you chose silence. I chose survival. I laughed bitterly. That word again. I'm sorry, she says. I should have told you. Yes, you should have. I'll testify if you need me to. The word test makes something click. That evening, I sit across from Detective Torres in a small office. So you're saying your stepfather used money to pressure your wife into a relationship, she says. Yes. Do you have proof? I have messages. Screenshots can be edited. They are real. Real isn't the same as admissible. So what do I need? Financial records. Recorded threats. Witnesses. I can get that. She looks at me carefully. Stay legal. I will. You're angry. Of course I am. Anger makes people sloppy. I won't be sloppy. I leave her office feeling cold but focused. That night, I sit across from Lena. I need everything, I tell her. Everything. Bank statements. Transfers. Dates. You're going after him. Yes. He'll come after you. Let him. She hands me her laptop. I'm sorry, she whispers. Help me fix it. She nods. Over the next week, I move like I'm back overseas. Quiet. Careful. I copy bank records. I save every message. I buy a small recorder. When Greg invites me to lunch, I go. Glad you could make it, he says smoothly. I'm trying to reconnect. He smiles. That's healthy. I heard you helped Lena a lot. I help family, even when it's complicated. He leans back. What are you implying? I'm implying you crossed a line. He laughs. Careful, son. There it is. Careful of what? I ask. Of making accusations you can't prove. My hand tightens under the table, but I stay calm. I just want the truth, I say. The truth is I kept this house standing. At what price? He smirks. Some debts are personal. The recorder in my pocket feels heavier. Later, I follow Caleb, his fixer, from the office building. I keep my distance. He meets someone in a parking lot and hands over an envelope. I snap photos. The next day, I confront him outside a coffee shop. We need to talk, I say. About what? Greg's payments. He stiffens. I don't know what you mean. I have photos. His face changes. You don't want to be the fall guy, I tell him. I'm not involved. You move the money. Silence. He'll blame you first, I add. Caleb swallows. What do you want? The truth. He looks around. Not hey. We meet later in his car. He told me it was consensual, Caleb says. And you believed him. It wasn't my business. It is now. Caleb rubs his face. He transferred funds through shell accounts. I handled paperwork. So you knew. I suspected. Will you say that under oath? He hesitates. If I get immunity. I can talk to the detective. He nods weakly. When I step out of that car, something inside me feels different. I'm still hurt. I'm still angry. But I'm not wild anymore. I'm focused. My pain isn't screaming now. It's aiming. Greg calls me himself. Lunch, he says. Just you and me. I'm busy. You'll want to hear this. I doubt it. It's about Lena. I pause. Where? He names a quiet restaurant downtown. When I walk in, he's already seated, calm as ever. Sit, he says. I stay standing for a second, then sit. You look tired, he says. You look confident. He smiles. I always am. What do you want? I want this nonsense to stop. Nonsense. These accusations. They're not accusations. He folds his hands. Lena is confused. She leaned on me when you were gone. She slept with you. She needed stability. She needed her husband. You weren't here. My jaw tightens. You think that justifies it. I think adults make choices. You cornered her. He leans forward. Careful. Or what? Why remind you who owns that house? I own that house. On paper, maybe. Financially, that's complicated. I stay at him. You're threatening me. I'm offering mercy, he says softly. Forgive and forget. Move on. And let you keep control. He smiles again, but it flickers for a second. I see something darker. You're emotional, he says. That's your weakness. No, I reply. It's yours. His eyes sharpen. You think you can beat me. I don't have to beat you. He leans back. Walk away, Ethan. I stand. No. When I leave, I feel his stare on my back. Later that night, I walk to my car and see a folded note under the wiper. I open it. Walk away. My hands shake. I call Detective Torres. Is escalating, I say. Do you have proof he left the note? No. Then don't assume. It's not random. I believe you, she says. But belief isn't evidence. I'm not backing down. Good. Because I have an idea. Before I can ask, Mom calls me. Ethan, please stop, she says. Stop what? Digging into this. You know about it. Silence. You know, I repeat. Her voice trembles. You don't know what he's capable of. That hits hard. How long have you been scared of him? I ask. Don't do this. How long? Years. And you stayed. I had you. You had me. And he's still. Please, she whispers. He ruins people. He already ruined us. You can't win. Watch me. The next day, Noah shows up at my door. What are you doing? He demands. Living here. You're trying to destroy my dad. I'm exposing him. He's not what you think. He slept with my wife. Noah freezes. That's a lie. I have proof. You're twisting it. I'm protecting what's left of my life. He shakes his head. He gave you everything. He gave me debt. He's not a monster. You haven't seen him angry. I don't believe you. I soften my voice. I don't want to hurt you. Then stop. I can't. You'll regret this. I already regret not seeing it sooner. He storms off. That evening, I meet Detective Torres in a small office. What's the plan? I ask. We set a controlled meeting, she says. He thinks he's coming to intimidate you. And instead, he walks into recording equipment and witnesses. You sure he'll talk? You said he likes control. He loves it. Then let him feel powerful. I nod. I can do that. 2 days later, I text Greg. We need to settle this privately. He replies fast. Finally, he chooses the location, a conference room in one of his buildings. When I walk in, he smirks. About time. You wanted this private, I say. Of course. I sit across from him. So, he says, ready to admit you're overreacting. I want to understand why you did it. He laughs softly. Because I could. My pulse spikes. That's your answer. She was lonely. You were gone. I filled the gap. You manipulated her. She's not a child. You paid her bills. I supported family. In exchange for sex. He tilts his head. Careful with your words. Why? I ask. afraid of the truth. He leans closer. I built this family. You think a uniform makes you strong? Money makes you strong. You think money makes you untouchable. It does. You threatened me. I warned you. You left a note. He smirks. Prove it. You think you're smarter than everyone. I know I am. You think you can sleep with my wife and walk away. I already did. My fists clench, but I stay seated. You trapped her, I say. He shrugs. She stayed. Because she was scared. She liked the security. You disgust me. He stands. You have nothing. I look at him calmly. Check the door. He frowns. The door opens. Detective Torres steps in with 2 officers. Greg's smile disappears. What is this? He snaps. A recorded conversation, she says, and corroborating financial evidence. Greg turns to me. You set me up. You walked in yourself, I reply. His eyes go wild for the first time. You ungrateful little. Careful, I say quietly. He lunges forward like he might grab me, but the officers step between us. This isn't over, he spits. For you, I say. It is. As they lead him out, he looks smaller. Not powerful, not untouchable. Just a man who thought control would save him, and finally realized it wouldn't. Greg's fall is quiet. No explosions. No shouting in the streets. Just court dates and files stacked high. I sit in the courtroom beside Detective Torres. You ready? She asks me. I don't know. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to tell the truth. I can do that. Greg walks in wearing a suit like this as a business meeting. He avoids my eyes. Caleb sits on the other side, sweating. When they call him up first, he looks at Greg once. Greg shakes his head slightly. Caleb swallows. Mr. Price, the lawyer says, did you move funds at Mr. Harlow's request? Caleb glances at me, then back at the judge. Yes. Greg stiffens. Did you understand the purpose of those funds? At first, no, Caleb says. Later, yes. And what was that purpose? To control financial access to Mrs. Walker. Hearing Lena's name in that sentence makes my stomach twist. Did Mr. Harlow threaten you if you refused? Caleb nods. He said I was replaceable. Greg mutters, traitor. I feel a strange calm. Then Mom is called. She walks slowly, hands shaking. Rachel, the lawyer says gently, how long were you aware of your husband's behavior? Her voice cracks. Years. I close my eyes for a second. Why didn't you report it? I was afraid. Of what? Of losing everything, she says. He controlled the money, the house, my reputation. Greg interrupts. That's a lie. The judge bangs the gavel. Mom keeps going. He told me no one would believe me. Her words hit like thunder. I look at Noah. He's sitting behind Greg, eyes wide. Did you witness inappropriate behavior toward Mrs. Walker? The lawyer asks. Mom nods slowly. I saw messages. I heard arguments. Noah shakes his head. Dad. Greg doesn't look at him. The evidence plays next. Greg's recorded voice fills the room. Because I could. She liked the security. Money makes you strong. Every word sounds uglier in public. Greg's face turns red. This is out of context. He snaps. I stand when they call me. State your name. Ethan Walker. Relationship to the defendant. Is my stepfather. How did you discover the relationship between him and your wife? I saw the messages, I say. Then I gathered financial records. Then I recorded him. Why? Because if I hit him, I would have lost. Greg glares at me. You set me up. I meet his eyes. You set yourself up. Noah stands suddenly. Is it true? He asks Greg. Did you do it? Sit down. Greg hisses. Did you? Noah's voice breaks. Greg looks away. That silence answers everything. After hours of testimony, the judge speaks. Charges are filed. Bail is denied due to financial tampering and coercion evidence. Greg finally loses control. You ungrateful little coward, he shouts at me as officers grab his arms. You should have walked away. I tried, I say quietly. You wouldn't let me. He struggles, face twisted with rage. For the first time in my life, he looks small. When they lead him out, Noah sinks into his seat. I didn't know, he whispers. I sit beside him. I know, I say. Was any of it real? He asks. I don't think he knows what real is. Noah wipes his eyes. I feel stupid. You're not, I say. You were loyal. He nods weakly. Outside the courthouse, Lena approaches me. Ethan, she says softly. I stop but don't step closer. I'm so sorry, she says. I never stopped loving you. I inhale slowly. Don't, I tell her. I need you to hear me. I heard enough. I was scared. I know. I hated myself every day. I believe you. She cries harder. Can we fix this? I look at her, and my chest aches. Love doesn't survive where respect dies, I say. The words hurt me too. She covers her mouth. I wanted to protect you, she whispers. I needed honesty, not protection. Is there any chance? I shake my head slowly. Not like this. She nods, broken. I hope you heal, I tell her. You too, she replies. Weeks pass. The legal process continues. Greg's assets freeze. His reputation crumbles. His phone stops ringing. I should feel victorious. Instead, I wake up some nights sweating. I still hear his recorded voice in my head. I still see the messages. Marcus sits across from me one evening. You won, he says. Doesn't feel like it. Because this wasn't about winning. What was it about? Taking your power back. I think about that. I start seeing Dr. Heiner at the Veterans Clinic. I don't want to forget, I tell her. You don't have to, she says. You just have to live without poison. I don't know how. You're already doing it. You chose evidence over violence. That doesn't make the pain smaller. No, she says, but it makes you stronger. One morning, I stand in the bedroom with a suitcase. The house feels quiet. Mom is staying with a friend. Noah moved into a dorm. Lena moved out last week. I look around at the walls. I did everything I could. I whisper to myself. The silence doesn't argue. I zip the suitcase. As I step outside, the air feels cool and clean. For a long time, I thought revenge would fix me. It didn't. Truth did. I locked the door and set the key on the porch railing. I don't feel whole, but I don't feel broken anymore either. I walk down the driveway with my bag in my hand. Alone, but finally free.